For a little while there, we were talking about this Listeria outbreak that was happening across America. At first, it started with the produce, and there was a little bit of buzz about it. There were a lot of recalls at places like Aldi, Walmart, and you name it. But not many people were talking about it until the Listeria outbreak in the lunch meat happened, more specifically in Boar's Head meat. That's when ish really hit the fan, and Boar's Head had to recall millions upon millions of pounds of lunch meat. Literally billions of dollars worth of lunch meat. Just think about that. How many slices of ham, how many slices of turkey can you get for a few $billions? Well, they had this huge recall. A couple of people died. A couple of people got sick. And then it seemed like the story kind of went radio silent. I didn't hear much about it anymore. And I figured, okay, well, I guess they recalled all of the affected meat. So maybe things are going back to normal. I've gone to the grocery store plenty of times since then, and I don't notice a shortage in Boar's Head. All of the delis around me, all of the delis inside of the grocery stores, they're all still selling Boar's Head. Everything is going, business as usual. Nothing to see here. I see plenty of people still buying deli meat. I don't know if people are even aware of this problem. So I figured, okay, I guess the story went away. I guess things are, kind of okay now. I guess the situation died down. And then, out of nowhere, the CDC just came forward and said, hey, well, remember that Listeria outbreak? Well, guess what? It kind of never went away. In fact, things are worse now because 6 more people have died. So at first, when I was first talking to you all about this story, there were only 2 deaths. And then, of course, another one happened. And now, since the last time we talked about this, out of nowhere, 6 more people. Think about that, folks. 6 people, now 9 altogether, have lost their lives because they ate a sandwich. Simple as that. As innocent as that. You go to your local grocery store, you buy some meat, some cheese, some bread. You get home, you make you a nice sandwich, you plop right there, and your lazy boy, you cut on Netflix, you cut on YouTube, you cut on whatever you watch. Eat your sandwich. Next thing you know, you're a goner. And these people don't deserve that. No one deserves that. And it's like, there's 1,000 ways to die, they say. Have any of you all ever seen that show? The last way you want to go out is because you ate some bad deli meat. But now we know that's the case for at least 9 people. And I will tell you right now, there's plenty of other people out there that have probably died because of this. And we may never know, because some people will die. And of course, maybe they don't have a lot of family asking questions. Maybe they don't have people really looking into how they died. And you'll never know. You'll never suspect that it was the turkey sandwich they ate last Wednesday. You would literally suspect anything else but the turkey or the ham sandwich they ate a few days ago. But that's the situation we're currently dealing with. And right now, I want to go ahead and roll this news clip because they're talking about this a little bit. I want to hear what they have to say. And then I'll be right back with more so you can hear what else I have to say.
This morning, a nationwide Listeria outbreak linked to deli meat sold at public stores now being blamed for even more deaths. The CDC says at least 9 people have died following a massive recall involving Boar's Head, including one person right here in Florida. News 6's Ezzy Castro is following the latest, joining us live. And Ezzy, the CDC is now issuing another warning in hopes of stopping this outbreak.
Crystal, we're told that one of those deaths were actually reported here in Florida, but the CDC hasn't said exactly where that happened. Meantime, this comes a month after the company recalled dozens of products. The nationwide Listeria outbreak linked to recalled Boar's Head deli meats has now killed at least 9 people, according to the CDC. One of those deaths was reported here in Florida. another in Tennessee, and one in New Mexico. It was just last month that we reported the recall from Boar's Head after the company recalled over 7 million pounds of deli meat. The company stated it all started after a liverwurst sample from a factory in Maryland tested positive for Listeria in July.
He was having trouble breathing. They started doing more testing because they couldn't figure out exactly what it was that was wrong with him. That's when it came back as Listeria.
Sean Morgenstein says his dad passed away in Virginia last month after he was rushed to the hospital. He believes his death is linked to meat later recalled by Boar's Head.
The number one thing on the recall was liverwurst. My mom knew that he loved to eat that and knew that he had eaten that, recently.
And according to CBS, federal inspectors actually were able to find several red flags at the facility in Virginia belonging to Boar's Head, including they were able to find mold and mildew at that facility. Meantime, the company said that any deli meat that's being sold right now at the deli should not be an issue.
As of right now, they're still claiming that only 18 states are affected by this Listeria and the Boar's Head meat. But I don't know if you all remember, I told you all this in past videos when talking about this topic. Don't listen to their little list that they put together. Just assume that wherever you live, that your Boar's Head meat might be affected. Because you got to understand, this list doesn't start off with 18 states. It starts with 1. And then 2, and then 3, and then eventually you get up to 18, and the whole time people are getting sick, people are dying. So we got people, who have died in New York, South Carolina, Florida, you name it, already from this. So don't assume that just because you're not one of the states that they've listed that you might not become one of the states. Don't become the victim that puts your state on the map. You know what I mean? So I kind of find that frustrating because they're pretending like this is contained to one area, but no, that's obviously not the case because you're just finding out more cases in different areas when you should have kind of warned everyone about this to begin with. But why, after it seemed like this story went away, why are we hearing about more people dying now? And I don't know. I go to the grocery store a good bit, folks. I'm a big dude. I like grocery shopping. And I haven't noticed much of a difference when it comes to the deli section. And that's the main thing I've been looking for. I've been looking to see if I notice a difference in business, a difference in the amount of products. And everything just seems like it's going as usual. So my question is, how do we really know that they came in and they really got rid of all of this meat? Because it doesn't seem like... My thing is, if we got millions upon millions of pounds of Boar's Head deli meat being recalled, then I feel like we would have a shortage. I feel like when I go to the grocery store, I shouldn't see as much Boar's Head. Yet Boar's Head is still everywhere. And I shop at various different places. So I haven't noticed a difference at all. So I'm questioning how much of this stuff was really recalled and how much of this is you pretending like you're actually doing something. And I've laid this out before as well, but Listeria doesn't just stay on one thing. It can spread. It can be on surfaces. So I don't trust any of the lunch meat or any food products that have been anywhere near the affected Boar's Head meat. And that's why basically when I've been going to the grocery store, I've been steering clear of the whole deli area. I don't want none of your bread. I don't want none of the cheese. I don't want none of the meat. And boy, oh boy, is it hard because I love a good charcuterie board, But I'm staying away from that right now because I don't want to get involved in this crazy nonsense that's going on. But yeah, I was hoping that this story would go away. We would hear nothing else about it. It's a shame that now that we're hearing about it again, it's because 6 more people have died. And I'll assume that, we'll hear about more people who have died from this in the coming days, weeks, months, you name it. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.